Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we've got a map from another first-timer. Yes,
It's my first map.
that's correct. So it's another good-looking map from a first-time creator as well. Absolutely unbelievable the amount of good-looking maps from first-time creators we've been seeing just lately. I'm very impressed. I'm also very thankful that they're currently using their current username. As you know, if you can go onto the workshop, you can have a look at the previous names used by different creators, and there are a few there that I would struggle to use on this channel and keep it child friendly. Not that many of you are children, but if you're feeling really childish, could you poke this? Ah, that's right, poking that like button is a really good way of supporting the channel, get me seen by more people and help me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is strangely not Swedish. Ikeja. I'm going for, or is it Ikeja? In the United Kingdom it's Ikeja, but Ikeja. Anyway, by DUSG, which I'm sure is short for something very rude indeed. There's your start square. There's your terrain heights across the map. We've got a ridge running down the middle of the islands. Looks very nice indeed, I've got to say. And then resources are very, 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 very intricate. I love them. I love them. Great work. And if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's not very exciting, but it's definitely very usable. So all credit there. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, I don't remember. Let's have a little look down. Oh, mass transit. Yes, you'll need mass transit for this one. And we do have a bit of a list. A one-click collection of 44 items. There is a theme mix. No, I lied. Not a theme mix. A Seychelles map theme. I recorded this morning. I can't remember what I'm voicing over here. Yeah, the Seychelles. It's based on the Seychelles theme and the relight average alert. We have a good selection of trees. Unlike Daylight Classic, of course, I'm running the old version, which works happily with the cube map replacer, which I use just for prettier whatever's. Oh, one network extension too as well. A custom bridge or two, and then relight and ultimate eye candy and stuff. Do you know what? All the stuff here, I would say yes, grab it all, even if you're not running this map. Ultimate eye candy and relight are definitely two good ones, and the 81 tile mod gets a bad name. We'll talk about the 81 tile mod probably another day. We've got a few trees clipping through, and as you're going to see this a little bit on today's map, trees are clipping through highways and stuff. Covered it many times. Oh, we've got a little bit of strain and stress on the road here as well. I like the way that the highway is elevated actually alongside the ground-based one. But yeah, that little bit of strain, although there is now a mod to remove that. It's not listed in the requirements, so the average player, I can't remember what the mod's called. I can look it up quickly enough, but I can't remember. And if I don't know, then there's going to be many a player that doesn't know. Intersection there that takes you down to the harbour and what I would imagine is going to be an industrial area. And good clean work as well. Yes, 81 tile mod. Apparently it slows the game down, so I'm hearing people say, or some people, maybe it does. For some people, I've never seen it. And even on my old system, yes, I've got currently a very nice system, thank you very much, but on my old system I didn't notice any problems there either, which was a solid i7, that one. So yeah, plenty of trees clipping through. Yes, those of you that don't know about these trees clipping through, everybody's got a first show. This might be somebody's first show. It will be somebody's first show, so I should very briefly cover this one. Oh, this is your little bit of strain on here as well. It's not horrendous, but it's just a bit of a struggle there, again because we've got elevated at ground level highways pushing the terrain down on the ground level roads there. Very nice start square intersection. It's very, very pleasing. In fact, everything is pleasing with today's map pretty much, apart from the trees under the roads. So yes, trees under roads. We've got a mod called Anarchy, which I use to show the trees through the roads, which you may say that's a little bit unfair, but there's a lot of creators who like detailing right up to networks, and oh, look at the quality of this bridge placement. That is custom bridge work at its very best. I like that a lot. Thank you very much. More like that, please. So yes, the trees will show through the road, certainly really good for abandoned railway lines, less good for highways. And of course, any trees that are hiding under the highways are part of the tree count as well. I think this tree count, I think I remember reading it was 240,000, which is getting close to the limit that you can have before you have to use the unlimited tree mod. So, I mean, it's not so close, but of course, removing a few of these trees, which I think we'll do in the second half of the show, just to show a couple of ways of doing it. Listen, I'm teaching you guys how to do what you already know what to do. But yeah, if you've got some trees showing through the roads here using Anarchy, you're probably going to want to remove them. Rail, my apologies, I have left catenary replacer running, so I've used I think this was the German, I think it's the German catenaries here, which they're the closest looking to the vanilla ones, because I just want to have the same footprint, so when we could get down here, we could check for catenary chaos. We have no catenary chaos at all, so that's very nice as well. A bit of a siding going off there. Where's that going to? It looks like it's ready to be a quarry down here. Yeah, I'm all for that. That looks very neatly done indeed, and a little place to live as well once you've got the quarry running. It also looks like the sun is setting. Somebody has failed not only with the catenary replacer, but to switch off the day-night cycle. So it's getting a little bit dark right now, but I will put that right for the second half of the show so we can see everything in its glorious sunny technicolor and all that. Heading off now, there's everybody's favourite factory. We'll head back down to where we started. We'll take the intermission and we'll check for the shipping. There's bound to be shipping.
Do you watch BonBon with your morning coffee? Do you want to feel closer to the show? Then you need either the modern or retro mug from BonBonB. Click the information button now.
Yeah, don't be a mug, buy yourself a mug. Support the channel, thank you very much, you lovely people. Right, okay, we've got shipping routes, lovely shipping triangle there, and a couple of dead end routes which actually connect correctly, so I see no problem with that at all. We'll head up to the edge of the map. Now there is a second shipping route somewhere up here. I'm just going to have a little look for it. Obviously you see the air route there as well, so that will suit for those that want to have airports. And yeah, here's your second shipping route. Comes in from the edge, doesn't do anything silly, does a little split there, doesn't go through the big old bridge, and we are good. Water flow is a little light. There's not really much motion down here, but there are multiple locations that you can pop your you separate up your sewage from. A little bit of movement there, so maybe you could use that to your advantage as well. There is even a little lake in the start square, so you could possibly use that also. Okay, good to go. Let's have a look at the lights back on. There you go. Sun has risen again over Ikeja by DUSG. We've got trees. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of removing trees. One of them you're definitely gonna know. Okay, and that one would be the bulldozer. What you do is you click on a tree and keep it clicked down, and it will only delete trees. You won't be deleting the road underneath. Just make sure that the first thing you click on is a tree and not accidentally the road, otherwise you'll be rebuilding the roads. Then you have the Move It mod, and depending on how this all sets up, you just deselect everything apart from the trees, use the marquee tool, draw out a little rectangle, and then bulldoze them that way. There may be a hotkey as well that I'm missing, but hey. A little bit encroaching there. Why is that encroaching? I think it's a cluster of trees under there. So what I do is, yeah, bulldoze that. What you could end up also, you could just click and drag them using Move It away. So that's just another way of doing it. But yes, these trees are all part of the tree count. So that's just something that we like not to have, if we can have it. Those of us that are map snobs, and yes, I think that's definitely a term that we can use. Those of us that want to have the perfect map to play on. Imperfections are not good enough for us. We need the very, very, very best. Considering it's the first map, though, this is a very nice map indeed. We got some very nice rock detailing down there. A little bit of water glitching here. I didn't check. That's got to be our surface rocks, isn't it? Could do with the water-friendly rocks by Zardos if you want to use those ones. And the beach here looks very nice at first glance. If we want to push this to the next level though, have a look at that. The terrain is just steady and smooth. Beaches tend to have, well, just a bit of shape. So what I'm going to do while we're here today, hey, listen, let's do two things. Never do two things. Let's go into the terrain editor. And this is going to be a real quick job. Don't be expecting the world's best job here. Terraforming, slightly larger brush, that'll do. Softer brush. And what we'll do is we're just going to level out the land a little bit. Maybe probably bring it down, smaller brush so I can get right into the nooks and crannies. There we go. Let's make a little bit of a cliff at the top of the sand there by pushing the terrain right up against it so it has to drop away. And I think, you know what? I'm just going to stop there. Right, I switch the lines of terrain off. Okay, yes, it needs a lot more work, but you see the shape of that beach. That feels a lot more realistic than, and put the lines back on so you can just see there that it's not perfectly flat, but it feels a lot more realistic than just the straight slope beaches that we had before. That said, most people probably won't care. Most people, probably not the viewers of this show, but most normal people. Yes, we're abnormal, that's a lot. Got some really lovely shaped islands. Okay, let's get away from the trees. Let's get away from the shapes of the beaches. Let's have a look at the shapes of the islands and the landmass as well. We've got some really interesting rock formation, great cliff work. There is loads of good stuff. The tree density is amazing. The tree selections are amazing in terms of giving us this look. And the overgrown castle here. Do you know what? All the detailing on that is really very nicely on point. Happy with that. See, there's plenty of good stuff. I've picked a couple of things. I've probably dwelt on it a little bit too long, making you feel this is a bad map. It really isn't. Okay. We have got some interesting features. Let me have a look at these. Out here we've got an outer rim of islands. And look at the undersea detailing there. That looks blimmin' lovely, doesn't it? Then we've got an inner line of islands as well. Let me bring the camera in a little bit here. So actually start off at this end one, because this end one has a little sunken ship. And oh my goodness, we need help. SOS people. Okay, right, let's be picky. Why not? Look how close we are. Right, now, see the water is moving quite quickly. I don't think it would be safe to swim that with that water going running like that. Now, although you may have been seen waving, how about we swim across here? Wait till low tide. We might even be able to wade across this one because it still looks like it's moving quite fast. But wait till low tide. We could wade across to here and then probably swim at low tide across to the next one. Probably. Yeah, it looks doable to me actually, and I'm not a strong swimmer. I think I could swim that, and then maybe rest for a few hours and maybe island hop around there, or if you're feeling really strong, directly across that middle bit, because I don't think the water's moving too fast there at all. Then that is definitely easily swimmable across there to this island. And at this point, honestly, if you've not been seen by somebody, you could easily make it across there. So that SOS, I think it's they're just basically being drama queens, don't you? Drama queens. They don't really need help. Over this side of the island, we've got a nice straight ridge and a very wide, beautiful beach going on there as well. Everybody's favourite factory down here, ready for a harbour, and with the rail alongside it, that looks good to go. There's lots of good stuff going on with this map today, I have to say. There really is. And it's my first map, so bear that in mind. You've got to match this for quality, guys. Okay? And to start square with today's asset of the day, and wow, okay? It's the JPEH JP Easy House by Ryuichi Kaminogi. I believe these are parks, mind you, if I remember rightly. I did look at that yesterday or the day before, but it's gone. But even so, the mix that's going on here, and I would imagine there are more mixes to come. These are going to look great, and I don't think you'd even have to be doing a Japanese build to actually be able to use these. Ryuichi Kaminogi, many people's, well, if not absolute favourite, in the top 5 for many people out there. I know that from what people have told me. Who are your favourite creators? Ryuichi Kaminogi name keeps popping up and popping up. Factoids, because factoids. Hindu men believe it is unlucky to marry for a third time. If a man does wish to take a third wife, he can avoid misfortune. Probably by not getting married, actually. No, by marrying a tree first. The tree, his third wife, is then burnt, and he's then free to marry the woman of his choice. But why he doesn't remarry the first wife and then burn her? Why didn't you thought of that? Or the second one. JPEH, JPEC House by Ryuichi Kaminogi. They'll probably say I don't. That's why. Today's beautiful asset pack for the day. That's asset pack, not acid pat. I'm not sure what came out of my mouth then. No one ever does. Right, end of today's show. Your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. Take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Apple, Gmail, or a Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, I am suitably impressed. I am suitably impressed. And I think even given there's a lot of trees showing through those roads, which is definitely an aesthetic thing. You know what? I think we can look past that. Maybe not on your next map, but on this one, I think I'm going to look past that. I'm going to give this one a middle 4. I think it's definitely memorable, good shape, looks great. Yeah. But I do think we do have to mark it down for detailing. With all those trees, it would be, again, I think we're looking at a 4-star map, but too many trees underneath the roads. I have to dock it. I'm going to bring it down to, I think overall, I think bring it down 1 star. I'll bring it down to a middle 3. Gameplay potential feels playable to me. I think apart from having to remove like a shed load of trees, yeah, let's go lowish 4, just because of all the extra work you need to do. Ikeja by DUSG, or Ikeja by DUSG. I would give the seal of approval if I didn't have to clear away several thousand trees before I got started. That's my only grumble with that map, really. Even the beaches. Do you know what? I mean, the beaches, I was just like saying, hey, this is how I would do it. Doesn't make it right. That does not make it right. It just means it's how I would do it. I'd be moving soil across the map like that. Actually, it'd be sand, wouldn't it? But it does mean I can use the word of the day. And if you're still here, you can use the word of the day into the comments and score yourself 100 population points just for fun to prove you are part of the 20 and out elite. And I'll be back tomorrow with another What map. See you then.